Pope Francis, for the first time, delivering the noon blessing from his papal apartment window to the crowd gathered below in St. Peter's Square. This just hours after he surprised everyone by getting out of his car to mix it up with the crowd in Vatican City. Let's go back to Ron right there with more. Hey, Ron.
And good morning to you, Dan. At this moment, the Pope is leading the Sunday service known as the Angelus, which is a prayer service and a blessing. And as you can see behind me, the crowd here is really swollen. We're talking tens of thousands, pretty close to the 100,000 that was estimated last Wednesday when the Pope was first announced and appeared on the balcony of the Basilica there behind me, St. Peter's Basilica. Testimony really to the popularity in just 4 days of this new Pope, Pope Francis. Part of that popularity based on many of the gestures of simplicity, the rejection of certainly the trappings, the regal trappings, someone would say, of the papacy, a much more down-to-earth Pope, as we've seen in just a few days into his papacy. Just this morning, before the Mass that he led at the Santa Ana Church here at the Vatican, he was out in an impromptu greeting of the people meeting outside that church. After the service, one by one, he shook hands, blessed the attendees of that service as they came out. Our longtime Rome bureau chief and Vatican watcher, Phoebe Nathanson, said that she had not seen anything like this in the many years that she's been covering popes, that it was unheard of. Further evidence that this new Pope, Francis, intends to be much more informal, much more accessible, and in many ways much more humble than popes in the past. Yana?
Humble and modest indeed. All right, Ron, thank you. And we'll have complete coverage of the installation of Pope Francis on Tuesday here at ABC.